I'm pleased to introduce your undergraduate speaker for the class of 2022, Nelson Mai. Born and raised in Brooklyn and a graduate of LaGuardia High School, Nelson entered SVA as a first-year student in the BFA Computer Art, Computer Animation, and Visual Effects program. Nelson is a 3D generalist and a character artist. In just a couple of weeks, Nelson will begin an internship as a CG generalist at Hornet, a production studio here in Manhattan. When asked what inspired Nelson to enter the world of 3D animation, he replied, "It's the joy I feel watching 3D content. It's the beauty of the visuals." The popular 2007 animated feature Ratatouille galvanized Nelson's interest in his field of study and soon-to-be profession. Nelson is most proud of his thesis film that he created with two of his classmates titled Shattered, a personal story that explores the intricacies of the Asian American household from the perspective of a son of immigrant parents from China. He's among the first generation in his family to attend and graduate from college. Nelson's creative endeavors intersect with his commitment to social justice. In his 4 years at SVA, Nelson co-founded the Asian American Student Union and has been an active member of the Multicultural Student Union. Nelson has also been a student representative to the Computer Art Department and a housing scholar for the last 4 years. Here today is Nelson's mother and father. Please join me in welcoming Nelson Mai.
Thank you, Dr. Cyphers, for your introduction. And yes, Ratatouille changed my life. Greetings to everyone here present and online. President David Rhodes, members of the board, department chairs, distinguished guest Roxane Gay, faculty and staff of SVA, parents, spouses, friends, families, guests, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. I'm so honored to be representing the class of 2022. Guys, we made it. My family is from the farming villages of Toisan in Guangdong, China. They left behind distant memories of heat and comfort, creating new ones in an unfamiliar place, Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. My family lived in one building, reminiscent of the villages back home. By the way, by family, I mean my entire family. My parents, brother, 2 grandparents, 3 uncles, 3 aunts, 6 cousins, and our many pets. And one time, what I thought was a caterpillar, but turned out to be a giant maggot. It was in Brooklyn where I experienced the comfort and dedication of family. It was here where I preserved the memories of the many summer street fairs, barbecues, and birthdays we celebrated, as well as the Buddhist rituals and ancestral ceremonies I was brought up to respect. Eventually, like the rest of you, I left the safety of my village, migrating to uncharted territories, college. SVA became the foundation for a new family, one that we chose for ourselves. And like my parents, we created new memories and new rituals, like Morton Williams at 1 a.m., McDonald's at 2 a.m., dance parties at 3 a.m. Let's just say there were a lot of all-nighters, and hopefully, no more. We've become each other's support systems when home is so far for many. Japanese-American activist Yuri Kochiyama once said, "Life is not what you alone make it. Life is the input of everyone who touched your life and every experience that entered it. We are all a part of one another." Let's take a moment to thank by applauding our parents, our family, and our chosen family, because without them, we wouldn't be graduating here today. I also want to acknowledge that our time at SVA wasn't all shine. Miss Rona left us lonely and depressed, not cute. Many of us were left unable to create, whether that be loss of lab access, inspiration, or the lack of human connection that we artists so desperately need. One difference about this year's cohort is that we built different. We fought everything thrown at us, overcoming all types of difficulties and living conditions. And we rebuilt our community, and we created new traditions. Having gone through it, we became more empathetic towards one another. During lockdown, the class of 2022 came together when students of color were hurting the most. As reports of gun violence, police brutality, and Asian hate crimes came out daily, it was impossible to ignore how SVA is just a microcosm for the greater issues we face in society. We couldn't stand by and watch our peers continue to hurt, so the ethnic clubs at SVA united, and we formed the Multicultural Student Union. We drafted a list of demands that generated institutional change for greater diversity, equity, and inclusion at SVA. It was the necessary awakening that our community needed. I want to take a moment to thank all the student organizations, DEI Director Jarvis Watson, and anyone else who played a role in creating a safer space for our students and faculty of color on campus. There is much more work to do, but I believe in SVA. SVA is our vision, our talents, and our ideas, and without us, SVA would not be the great institution it is today. As artists, we train to be storytellers. We synthesize the human experience, transcribing it for the world to see. We embrace conflict, battle challenging thoughts, and bask in the uncomfortable. We console our deepest desires, inner childs, traumas, and dreams. At SVA, we tapped into our artistic capabilities, education, and connections, and we exceeded our extraordinary potentials. As we move on to our next stages in life, I would like all of you to set these intentions with me. Cherish the amazing memories and friendships made here. Put your heart and soul into everything you make. Speak your truth and stick up for your peers and others. Prioritize your physical health and mental well-being. And lastly, manifest your highest and happiest person. Class of 2022, please join me in celebrating our achievements and thanking everyone that got us here today. Thank you and congratulations. We did it.